The Florida Atlantic man, Greg Joseph, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Cincinnati. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Now the Bengals getting set for their first possession of the ball game and leading them out in his third season. Really the face of Cincinnati football, Joe Burrow.
And when you come into the league as the #1 guy selected, a lot of hype comes with it. And sometimes that weight can be unbearable. But this young man, he took that weight on and handled it as well as you can imagine. And I love his ability to make a second, third reaction play and create downfield.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Burrow, and the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
One of the ways the quarterbacks keep up the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And good yardage there on first down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
On the move past the 40. Big strides. Look at him go. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
And one nice thing you can always say about Kirk Cousins is that he's consistent. Always puts up nice numbers each and every year. If there is a downside to his game, it's been the lack of playoff success. All in all, though, a formidable starting quarterback at a time in the league where it's tough to find your franchise guy.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, a 22. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Cousins now. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Cousins. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 from Bengals TD. CD, what a sensational start for this defense. Instead of just forcing the 3 and out, which they were about to do, they pick it off and take it in for the score.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't just settle for the standard good way to start a game. They started in dramatic fashion. Take it away, score points, and guess what? They'll be flying to go back out there on defense again after that play.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Back to it after the pick six. Cousin. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. Now Cook. He's got it off the draw. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
And that's complete to K.J. Osborne. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Play fake. Cousins. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down. Well, the Vikings and Bengals, you might recall, they met in Week 1 last year, and that was one of the better games of that opening weekend. The Bengals kicking off their AFC Championship season with a 27-24 win in OT. Evan McPherson eventually knocking through the game winner in his first NFL contest. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And it's caught. And he's brought down. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get it.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Vikings have cut it back within a score. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. So that one a 13-play drive in total, and it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taken from about the 12 and up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
That'll give them 8 that time. And now 1 yard to go on third down.
11 empty. 12, 12, 12.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Just to pick up a 3, but that is indeed enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 now. Burrow. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
11, Tommy. 11, MP.
Now it's Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Boyd. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Burrow will throw. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. T. Higgins, 47 yards. And the Bengals have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception. Nwangu now from his end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 59 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. On 2nd down, it's Cook again. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
Uses the stiff arm, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. First down Vikings. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down. Cousins trying to get his guys up to the line of scrimmage quickly. 2nd and 6. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th, and the Bengals will get the football back.
11, MP.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Pass thrown right back to Joe Mixon. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. 3rd and 2, now Burrow. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
11,
to the air again, Burrow. A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Chandon Sullivan. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
To throw again on second down. Cousins. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Off the play fake, Cousins. Adam Thielen, back-to-back catches. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Osborne. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Defense.
Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang down the upfield.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Kirk Cousins in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Joseph connects on the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. So we've reached halftime. We now proceed to the start of the second half.
These two teams making their final adjustments for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Cincinnati and Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And how about the quick feet there as he made a man miss on his way to a solid gain of 7. Second down, they go right back to Cook. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 79 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. That is caught by Thielen. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his one-on-two matchup.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Cousins on the keeper, and he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They'll run with Cook. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Dalvin Cook with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are an extra point away from drawing level. Joseph connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 21. That time, a 9-play drive, and it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
Down the left sideline. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards. I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield. Here's Burrow. Touchdown, Bengals. Hayden Hurst, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Bengals have moved out in front. So this game tied at the half, but we are tied no more. A touchdown there on the opening sequence of this third quarter.
And what a great drive put together by their offensive coordinator. He had a plan, and they executed it almost to perfection, coming right out of the locker room. Now they're feeling good about their chances here in the second half.
Hey, baby, this ain't good enough.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better? While they continue to score on offense.
A nice run on first down gets him 6 yards to the 31. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Cook again.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings us 2nd and 9.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. So the completion good for 7 there. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. 109 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. A give to Cook out of the gun. Uses the stiff arm, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. Back now in Cincinnati. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Play action now. Cousins. Throw caught there by Osborne. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. On 2nd down, Cook. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They run again on first down, Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On play action, Cousins. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it. So it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. Again, it's Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. I tell you, you get the ball down near the goal line, you can be pretty sure that Dalvin Cook is going to get the carry, and he powers his way into the end zone.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that really runs downhill, and what I mean by that, hits a line with such speed and power that tacklers just bounce off of him. In a sense, it feels like the field is tilted, and he's running downhill at the defenders and gaining extra force.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
11 coming. 11 empty. 11, 11, 12, 11, 11, 11, 11.
Mixon running wide side.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. From midfield now, Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Once again, they run with Mixon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. So a pressure spot here for Evan McPherson. This to take the lead here in the final minute. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
Ooh, with a juke. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Trying to hurry to the line on the very outskirts of field goal range. Cousins. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Cousins trying to get his guys up to the line of scrimmage quickly. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. Tension building. Here's Greg Joseph. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And this one is no good. He missed it. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So it'll be the Bengals with the football here to start the overtime session as the kick is away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game. 2nd.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. And a costly... Coaches talk so much about ball security and in overtime so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here, field goal or a touchdown now. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Cousins to throw it. Oh, what a catch there by Thielen. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing, Cousins. Over the middle, complete. That's Osborne. And the Vikings are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Cook. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at the concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids.